A lot of Japanese reviewers say this Corolla Cross is normal and just fine. But let me say clearly, they are being fooled by sheepskin. This vehicle is a... You're watching Daddy Family Car. Good evening, this is KAMPAC Daddy from Japan. Today I'm gonna show you the test drive chapter of 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross. Let's find out the great family car together. Now this new Corolla Cross, the luxury are not very satisfactory, but everything is about average. In a positive sense, it's really Corolla-like and also excellent family car. When I drive this, I notice a strange thing about it. So, I'd like to review this view from a daddy standpoint. Okay, let's take a test drive right away. The car I received this time was Z-Grade 1.8 hybrid and front-wheel drive. Getting it? Then start the engine. Ignite! The speedometer is a 7-inch digital display and the Optitron Mater on the left and right. The display in the center has good color and very easy to understand. Now it's time to go. My first impression when it moves on, I felt like my parents' home. It's not very powerful, but it has gentle and manageable acceleration. I'll tell you more about the ride later. First, let's pick up a few points about utilities. The speedometer turns red when it's in power mode, so it's easy to understand visually. I personally like that I can also choose digital mode, which displays the speed in large numbers. This is much easier to understand the speed at a glance. In the previous chapter, I criticized the seat heat switches for being a little too cheap. In the cold weather version, the steering heater switch can be found on the far right side. This is great. As your child grows up, you will gradually learn to appreciate this item when you take him to and from school. Next, the visibility. The eye point is high enough to see as well, just like an SUV. The wipers are almost invisible and the view is clear, but side mirrors are a bit large and have a strong presence. Although it gives the car an SUV-like look, I would like to see a way to make it smaller, such as using carved mirrors. Also, when I actually drive it like this, I think it would be nice if the 8 pillars were a little thinner. The steering wheel is just right size. The steering wheel is smooth and surprisingly light for such a huge vehicle. The power steering assist works very well. Incidentally, the hardness of steering wheel is automatically adjusted according to the speed. It's an amazing age! This is a relatively large car, but it is family car that your wife often drives. This light steering wheel is also likely to be welcomed by women. The throttle feel is a bit soft. Since it is easy to perform gentle acceleration, the passenger's comfort will improve as well. It may be suitable for city driving. However, there is no sense of torque or response that would make you laugh. It has very standard flavor, for better or worse, like a Corolla. But don't get me wrong, there is no short age of power as it is a 1.8-liter engine. If you step on it enough, it will give you a powerful and extended feelings of acceleration. If you're not satisfied with the response, just switch to the power mode. Now about ride feelings. It is a very comfortable ride for such a standard car. It controls the roughness of the road surface more smoothly than I expected. And the feeling is the torque control of front wheel is better than suspension is good. The large glass sunroof gives the impression of high center of gravity when cornering. You don't expect a racy and sporty ride. This may be the main reason why many reviewers say it is ordinary and normal. However, the chassis framework is very solid. I don't feel any uncomfortable twisting of the body. Now this Corolla Cross, it is much higher quality than it was about 5 years ago. But compared to the latest other cars, it doesn't have a strong personality. But that's not the true essence of this car. In the previous chapter, I said it looks more like crossover wagon than an SUV. Also, this car is not a little brother of RAV4. Indeed, it feels more like RAV4 or Venza, but there is actually no rival model within Toyota. As I said when I reviewed the Rise, Toyota has conquered the SUV continent. So why did Toyota launch this SUV now? There is a definite strategy behind it. I mean, this car is not as simple as SUVs are all the rage right now, so why don't we just make the Corolla into an SUV and see if it sells? There is no way that Toyota, the demon of marketing, would make a car just for the sake of it. This is the point where I want to say that this car is not normal at all. Then, I'd like to take a look at this brochure here for a moment. This brochure was released before the launch, and this is the official Japanese website. When I got this brochure from the dealer, I felt something was wrong with it. This was my hint, and these are images of other Toyota vehicles. Did you notice? Isn't there something different? Yes, it's the color. The image color is dark blue, which is very unusual for Toyota. It's usually white or a primary color. The main target of this car is probably, I don't want an SUV that's too big, but I have kids and I don't want a car that's too small. So I'm looking for a car that can carry as much as a wagon. And it is cheap, also has the latest trendy looks. This is it. If that's the case, the choices in the Japanese car market right now would probably be the Mazda CX-30 and Subaru XV. In terms of cost performance and quality, the CX-30 is a bit of disadvantage. The Toyota Empire has to win, right? So, who will they destroy to win this war? Yes, this image color is the answer. Subaru, with XV and Outback, will be main target. Hey, Subaru and Toyota are totally different characters. Yeah, I understand. But you know what? I like SUVs because they are popular right now. But I'm not really an outdoors man. As long as it runs, it's just fine. I'm sorry to say this, but there are many people out there who honestly don't care that much. If that's the case, cheap and good resale value are definitely more attractive. A lot of Japanese reviewers say this Corolla Cross is normal and just fine. But let me say clearly, they are being fooled by sheepskin. This vehicle is a wolf in terms of marketing strategy. It's very possible that this is the final weapon in the Corolla's skin, sent to completely conquer the SUV continent. The RAV4 is too much of an SUV. The Venza is too big for my family's budget. The Rise is too small. And I only drive around town, so I don't want a serious four-wheel drive. This car is going to suck in all the customers who are thinking. Well, please don't listen to this as my personal fantasy. It's always hot cocoa in winter, isn't it? Next, let's talk about noise level. The inside of the car is quiet enough, but it's not surprisingly quiet for a newer model. If you are switching from a car that's 5 or 6 years old, I think you will be impressed enough. The car I borrowed was front-wheel drive model, so I can't give you an accurate evaluation. But judging from the recent trend of Toyota's SUV bodies, the E4 with electric four-wheel drive might have noticeable rumbling noise coming from the rear. Each company doing their best, but it's hard to get the message across to the customers. Let's also check the safety features. So-called Toyota safety sense, such as rated cruise control and lane tracing assist, is included in all grade. Parking support brake is also standard, which is very dandy point without grade differentiation. The airbags are mounted in 7 locations: front, side, curtain, and in front of the driver's knee. The NCAP, meaning New Car Assessment Program crash test results, have not been released yet in November 2021. As a reference, I'm showing a rating for the Corolla Touring of the same chassis series. In this case, I didn't have very good comparison, so it's just for your reference. Now the test drive is finished. Thank you. Finally, to summarize, this new Corolla Cross, standard plus offer at a reasonable price. The quality of product and the ride quality are both sufficient, and I certainly agree with the opinion that it is a standard car. However, when you drive it, you may wonder, it's more comfortable than I expected. Oh, it's surprisingly easy to use, and so on. There are some points that are a little bit better than your expectations. If you think it's better than I thought it would be, anyone would think about buying one. It was a well-calculated product, just like Toyota. A wolf in sheep's skin. In this case, I don't mean cute car with a big engine. This is one of the 4 heavenly kings of SUVs, following the RAV4, Venza, and Rise. In terms of strength of character, he is the weakest of the 4. But in the terms of market size, he is the strongest. Attack on Titan. Naturally, the market is coming to destroy it. You'd better to run. Made as a family car in the first place. Price, capacity, safety, and gentle handling. It was designed to suit families of all ages, including fathers and mothers with children. And above all, I have to say that it is reasonable for this car size. He came to the rescue of good citizens, including myself, who didn't have that much money or obsession. So I guess this car was fit for our first family car. It's nice dandy family car, isn't it? If I found a fitting word, it is a lethal weapon SUV. Now, what do you think? The new Toyota Corolla Cross. It's fun and easy for everyone. It's just the things of Toyota. Even if you become a dad, please write that you think will be a cool car. Thank you for watching and sorry for my confusing English. I'm trying to improve my English in this channel. But if you like this video, please subscribe. Now to daddies and mummies around the world, good job today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.